Alright, let's keep it short. Why do I want to keep it short? I want to go to bed. Okay. Let me just turn on this thing. It's the remote for my bed. I put it at a 2 so that it's nice and warm when I'm done filming this. So I can crawl in there and sleep because I want to sleep. Okay. So major update 1. I learned that insurance is a very useful thing. Why? Well, because my motorcycle's battery was, what do you say when a battery has lost all of its juice? It was, we'll just put it that way. It lost all of its juice. And so it wouldn't start the engine when I revved it up. As a problem because I would like to ride, because today there was the sun. The sun was out, and the smog was, getting better. So I wanted to take her out for a ride, and it wouldn't start. Actually, that's the condensed version. It didn't start last time when I wanted to ride it. And so I knew that I wouldn't be able to ride it today. So I was talking to my dad about it, and he said, "Don't you have insurance?" And I was like, "Of course I do. I paid a lot for insurance because in Korea it's mandatory." And he was like, "You know that they have this service where they just, if you call them and say that your battery's out of use, they'll just come and plug it into one of their external batteries, start it up, and the engine can generate energy back for the battery. You know they can do that, right?" And I was like, "No, I did not know that. That actually never occurred to me." Anyway, so we called them up, and then this guy came within 15 minutes. God bless South Korea. God bless South Korea. Super hyper connectivity. How in the world did this guy come to my house, my garage, my basement parking lot in 15 minutes? That is crazy. That's some Guinness World Record stuff. Anyway, so this guy comes, he's like, "Which one's the bike?" And I'm like, "This one's the bike." He gets out this battery, plugs it in, voila. It starts up, it starts revving, and I can finally hear her sing. And so, fast forward a little bit because I needed to generate enough power. So about 15 minutes later, I take her out for a spin, and I went to Paju publishing district. So Paju is basically, I'll give you a perfect idea. So if this is South Korea, this is a picture from, this is my cousin when she was young. Okay, so if this is South Korea, and this is up here is North Korea, her eye, this is Seoul, basically. Ilsan is right up here. This is her forehead. Paju is this braided, feather-looking thing. This is her hair. So this is Paju, that's Ilsan. Ilsan's where I live. This is Paju, and that's Seoul. So I basically went up to Paju, and then near Paju they have this place called the publishing district. That's where most of the books get published. A lot of major publishers are there. A lot of minor indie publishers are there as well. But the great thing is, since there are so many people interested in art and in, not romance, but in the vibe, basically, it's very beautiful there. They have these 3 to 4 story buildings. I would classify it as the closest thing to suburban I have seen so far in South Korea. That is the epitome of suburban. Anyway, the district is beautiful. They have some nice parks around there. And there's not a lot of traffic because, unfortunately, publishing is a dying industry. That's absolutely sad, and I should not have put my thumbs up for that. But since publishing's not on the uphill trend these days, publishers are kind of closing down. And also, it's Lunar New Year, so everybody's gone anyway. But anyway, there was basically no traffic near the publishing district. So I went there. I hit 140 kilometers per hour, not miles. I'm not crazy. 140 kilometers per hour on the highway-ish thing that we have going there. I can't ride the highway because that's illegal in Korea. But anyway, I rode that. Oh my God, bro. I love my motorcycle. You know, it's one of those hobbies that when you don't do it, you kind of forget about it. And then once you get on it, you're like, oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I missed this. Anyway, I wore this, by the way, when I rode it today, and it felt great. Canvas is actually a much better fabric at blocking out wind than you might expect. You might be like, oh, canvas has holes. It shouldn't be able to block wind. No, this is very good at blocking wind. It's basically windproof. Not as good as like other wind-breaking jackets, but this is fine for me. Also, it was pretty warm today. Warm as in like not negative 20 degrees. Anyway, so that was update number one. Update number two is this thing that I've been playing around with for the last 5 minutes. This thing is a dongle. If you don't know what a dongle is, it's basically something that converts one type of connector to another. And so if I wanted to listen, this is not something that you plug into to listen to. But if say this was like an iPod and you wanted to listen to songs on an iPod, but this would never happen, but an iPod only had Type-C, then you would plug the dongle in here, and then you would plug the your earphones, come on guys, in here, and then that would allow you to listen to music. I had a dongle before. It was like $2, and I was like, oh, that's a steal. It was not a steal. I got robbed. That was absolute garbage, and it started breaking up connection like 2 hours after I started using it. And I didn't know anything was wrong. I was like, huh, that's weird. I didn't know the sea shanty melody had a chorus part where they went left, right, left, left, right, left, right, 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 left. I just thought it was both ears at once for that entire time. That's weird. That must be something that, I only realize now that I'm using expensive IEMs. Oh, I'm seeing a neural. No, that was not it. That was not it at all. The dongle was absolute garbage and it broke up connection, so it was like bum 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 bum. You get the idea. That was not intended when they mixed that stuff. Okay. Anyway, I bought this. This is $20 dongle, much better. Supposedly they have 2 chips up here in here. One's a DAP. Not a DAP. One's a digital to analog conversion chip, and the other one's an op amp. What an op amp is basically it enables the phone to output more power. If I ever want to listen at a higher volume, I do not. I love my ears, and I do not want to go deaf. Not yet. If my roommates keep yapping at me for another 10 years, perhaps, but not yet. Anyway. So yeah, this one is, I think it's like a Chinese brand or a Korean brand or something, but it works great, and now I can finally hear how good these are. These are fantastic. I did not know how good they were because my dongle was garbage, but these are fantastic. After I finish filming this, I'm going to go back to listening to more because they were awesome. Anyway, that's about it. I also went to the homeless counseling patrol volunteer work today, but at this point that's kind of like I had a Monday and it was a Monday type of thing. So yeah, anyway, so that's about it, and I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow. It is Lunar New Year, and Lunar New Year is the time where families get together, so me and my family will also be heading down to Anjum. Now, here's another Korea geographic. We said that this I here is Seoul. This is Ilsan. This is Paju. Guess where Anjum or / Pyeongtaek is. Pyeongtaek is here. This is basically Pyeongtaek. Okay. And so we're gonna head down this way. If tomorrow is really, 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 really warm, I'll ride my motorcycle. That's probably not gonna happen because A, tomorrow's not gonna be really, 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 really warm, and B, my parents would not like that idea because that would mean they would take the highway and I would take the the country route. And the country route takes like 2 hours longer. They don't like me they don't like me being 2 hours tardy to a family reunion, which I totally understand. So unless tomorrow is really, 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 really warm and I feel like being a brat and I feel like being a spoiled child and I get up early, and yeah, basically, if those conditions are all met, I'll go out for a ride tomorrow as well. Anyway, so that's about it. I would like to end my video reflection today right here. So, God, see you guys. Bye-bye.